If this message reaches you, it is meant for you. For anyone seeking inner peace today, you are not the mind, listen. If you felt peace after part 1 but noticed that your problems slowly returned, this message is especially for you. Many people experience a genuine shift, a moment of clarity, relief, or inner stillness, and then life seems to test them again. Old fears resurface, familiar challenges appear, and doubt quietly returns. A question forms deep within the heart. If consciousness dissolves problems, why do they come back? Joel Goldsmith answered this with profound clarity. Problems return not because truth failed, but because consciousness drifted back into an old identity. Not deliberately. Not because you did something wrong, but because habits of thought formed over years have momentum. Human consciousness does not disappear instantly after insight. Even after a real awakening, the conditioned mind tries to reassert control, whispering questions like, "What if it comes back? Are you sure this is working? Should you check again?" The moment you begin checking appearances, measuring outcomes, or monitoring results, you quietly step back into problem consciousness. This is not failure. This is conditioning. Joel taught that spiritual realization must move from a temporary experience into a permanent dwelling place. Many people touch truth but do not yet live from it. They visit peace but do not remain. Visiting inspires. Remaining transforms. Rebecca, a single mother in her early 50s from Colorado, discovered this firsthand. After years of financial pressure, she encountered Joel's teachings and experienced a deep inner shift. For the first time, she stopped obsessing over money. She felt supported, calm, grounded. Unexpected help arrived. A better opportunity opened. Relief followed naturally. But then one bill arrived higher than expected. Fear surged. She began mentally checking, calculating, worrying. Nothing had actually gone wrong yet, but consciousness had shifted. Within months, the old financial stress returned. Not because abundance disappeared, but because Rebecca unknowingly returned to the consciousness of lack. Joel referred to this as the return of the old self. Consciousness does not punish. It reflects. Whatever you rest in becomes your experience. Spiritual experiences fade when they are treated as emotional highs instead of identity shifts. Peace that depends on circumstances dissolves when circumstances change. Peace rooted in consciousness remains untouched. Here is the deeper truth Joel revealed. It is not enough to recognize truth occasionally. You must stop identifying with the mental observer that watches appearances. The moment you watch life to see how it is going, you step out of truth and into fear. This shift is subtle, and this is where most people fall back. A man once wrote to Joel saying he practiced spiritual recognition all day, yet his symptoms returned at night. Joel responded with one question that revealed everything. Who was watching to see if they returned? That single question exposes the mechanism of suffering. The observer recreates the condition. When you look to see whether the problem is gone, you affirm that the problem is real. Consciousness responds to identity, not words. Joel emphasized abiding awareness rather than mental effort. He taught resting in the I am, not repeating it, not affirming it, but being it. I am does not observe life. I am expresses life. Health provides a powerful example of this truth. Michael, a retired firefighter from New Jersey, experienced a heart-related diagnosis. Fear dominated his thoughts at first. Then he encountered Joel's work and experienced deep peace. Symptoms reduced. Doctors were encouraged. But Michael continued monitoring his body constantly. Every sensation was analyzed. Every heartbeat was watched. Gradually, anxiety returned, and with it, intensified symptoms. Healing had not failed. Consciousness had shifted from being life to monitoring life. When Michael stopped watching his body and rested in the recognition that life itself was expressing through him, stability returned. He followed medical advice but no longer lived mentally inside the diagnosis. He stopped asking whether today was better or worse. Peace deepened, and over time, healing stabilized completely. Joel taught that the body responds to consciousness, not attention. What you attend to, you empower. What you rest beyond dissolves. The same principle applies to relationships. Many people practice forgiveness or spiritual understanding, yet keep checking whether the other person has changed. That checking recreates disappointment. Joel taught that once truth is recognized, appearances must be allowed to rearrange themselves without interference. Consciousness does the work. Observation delays it. This leads to one of Joel's most advanced teachings, the end of mental commentary. Most suffering does not come from events, but from the internal narration that follows them. The voice that labels, predicts, compares, and fears. Spiritual maturity arrives when this commentary dissolves and awareness becomes still. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is alignment. In silence, divine intelligence operates without resistance. This is why Joel emphasized the listening ear. Not listening for words, but listening as openness. When consciousness becomes still, guidance flows naturally. You are not forcing decisions. You are moved from within. Now comes the challenge of time delay. Many say, I recognize truth, but nothing happened yet. Joel was clear, consciousness changes instantly. Experience rearranges itself in time. If you return to doubt during the delay, you interrupt the unfolding. Like planting a seed, digging it up daily prevents growth. Trust allows manifestation to mature. Divine consciousness operates beyond human time. The moment truth is recognized, the outcome is established even if unseen. Faith is not hoping. Faith is resting. Resting does not mean doing nothing. It means acting without fear, moving without pressure, speaking without anxiety. This is where gratitude becomes essential. Gratitude before evidence is not forced positivity. It is alignment with certainty. When you give thanks, you acknowledge that truth is already established. Gratitude collapses time. Here is the most liberating realization. Problems do not return to punish you. They return to reveal where identity still rests in the old self. Each return is an invitation to rest deeper, not try harder. Advanced practitioners no longer panic when challenges arise. They recognize them as signals to return to stillness, to release effort, to surrender control. Joel taught there are no degrees of difficulty in consciousness, only degrees of belief. This is why advanced practice moves beyond fixing individual problems and focuses on identity. Instead of asking how to fix this, you live from knowing who you are. Eventually, life begins cooperating effortlessly. Opportunities appear without pursuit. Relationships harmonize without manipulation. Health stabilizes without obsession. Peace becomes your default state, then something deeper unfolds. Your presence begins affecting others. Situations soften around you. Conflicts dissolve without words. This is not personality. This is coherence. Consciousness communicates silently. Joel taught that consciousness is contagious. When you stabilize in truth, others resonate with it naturally. At the highest level, techniques fall away. You no longer practice truth, you live it. Consciousness demonstrates itself as your life. Problems may still appear, but they no longer take root. They dissolve quickly because there is nothing in you that agrees with them. This is the difference between insight and embodiment. Insight changes moments. Embodiment changes destiny. Joel Goldsmith's ultimate teaching was not about fixing life, but seeing life correctly. When perception changes, experience follows. If problems return for you, do not be discouraged. It means consciousness is stabilizing. Every return is an invitation to rest deeper in truth. If this message speaks to you, like this video so others can find it. Subscribe for more Joel Goldsmith-inspired consciousness teachings. And comment below, I choose to rest in truth. In Part 3, we will explore the final stage Joel taught, where problems no longer arise at all. Stay with this. You are closer than you think.